This is part two of how to lay out this children's book in InDesign. Now, one of the things that occurred to me was the fact that I had not um, previously probably done a very good job of showing you the threading of the copy along with adding the illustrations. So I'd like to take this opportunity to amend that. And I've also done something by way of adding a bit of a different background behind things and adjusting the illustrations accordingly. I'm only going to be looking at the first 4 pages, but that should help. And then I'll show you very quickly how to output this as a PDF and or look at it inside of InDesign so that you can see how things are going to look without the bounding boxes from the various layers showing up. Okay, so pause and I'll come right back to this. So here we are back at the beginning again, and if you'll notice, I'm into the pages layer right now, the masters, and here's the none page. What I've done is I've gone in and I've added this textured background around the outside, kind of an antiquing page, and then replaced the page numbers atop that down here in the corner, made them a bit bolder, so that when we go back out to the pages layer, you'll notice here we have the cat on the Doberfell lead page. Now, we don't want this antiquing layer in behind the main flyleaf illustration, so I'm going to apply the none to that page so that we don't have that there. And then we're going to go and take a look at the other ones, and I've noticed I've already arranged the type inside of these windows here, so it's kind of like in these open white spots now, which I think makes the text read a little bit better. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the flyleaf illustration. So in order to do that, I want to be on my layers panel, and I'm going to be in the illustrations. I'm going to lock up the text because I don't want to be working on that right now. This is the title. So if I turn that off and on, you can see that that's where the title goes. So I'm going to take and go into the illustrations layer, unlock it, and go to File and Place. And we're going to look for the flyleaf illustration. It's in my cat on the Doberfell, and I think it's in the finished illustrations. There it is. That's the cover. Open. It'll follow me around the page till I get it placed. And it goes in there. So that's kind of how you begin to put illustrations in here. Now, these new illustrations that I've got have got faded edges around them. I went in and did some erasers around it so that it would fit inside of these white windows that they're now going into. So what we're going to do is we're going to be on this layer, on this panel on the left-hand side, and we're going to go to File and Place, and we're going to find I believe it's, in this case, it's the map. So that was the one that goes there. And see, as you can see, it has a nice white border around it so that it fits inside of that window. I can probably pull this illustration off to the side so that you can see it a little better. See how it's got, there's nothing around the outside. It's almost like a PNG, a ping, which has no background behind it. So it kind of fits inside that white window, and I can nudge it around a little bit and get it to fit right where I want it to be. We'll go down to the next one, because that's the one that references the map. The next one is the guy coming down the hill. So we're going to do File and Place and find that one. I think that's image 1 there, and fits in here. So you can see how you add the images in over the top of the antique borders here. And I'm going to do File, and make sure I'm on this layer. You got to make sure that you're on each page, otherwise when I go to place another image, it could place it back into the bounding box area for the next one. So we're going to be on this layer, or on this panel of these pages. I'm going to do File and do Place again. Oop, File, Place. And we're going to find image number 3 right here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Take that back. Delete that one. File, Place. It's image number 2. It's the overall picture of the mountain in the background and the cabin or cottage down on the lake. There we go. All right, so that's where that one goes. And this is the next one, the one I had just placed. Okay, so we're going to go File, Place, and find image number 3. This is the one that I didn't have completed before, but now have got it done. So that's where that one goes. So now we're like 9 pages in. The other thing that I was going to show you here was the hyphenation. I've got a hyphen right there. You never want to have that necessarily in a kid's book, or any book for that matter. You want to get rid of hyphenations whenever you can. So I'm going to lock up the illustrations now because I'm done applying those. And I'm going to go into the text field here. In this particular case, I'm going to eliminate the word but. I don't think that hurts the text at all. And then turned into the cottage where the man named Halvor lived and asked him for lodging for he and the white bear. Halvor said, no, the but's not necessary really. So we're going to take that out. That'll help us abbreviate or get rid of that hyphenation. I'm going to move this text over just a little bit so it's away from the edge, right up against that white border there, and determine that that's probably good. Now, the thing I was going to show you all was how do I look at this without all of these various colored bounding boxes around everything. You know, a blue one around the text and a red one around the illustration and a green one around the title here. If you hit the W, it takes all of that away. I just hit the W on my keyboard and this gives you preview mode. So this is a way you can look at your document at any time for any purpose so that you can see it the way that it will be when it prints. So all you did is just hit the W. Now the other thing that you can do at any time is you can go to File and go Adobe PDF Presets and go smallest file size. And it's going to save it out here in my folder here as a Cat on the Dovrefell test. This is a previous version of it, and I'm going to write over it. It's going to say, do I want to write over it? And I go, yeah, because this has got all of the new stuff in it, plus the 2 new pages that I've added. And I'm going to go Export, and OK, and OK. So now, let's go take a look at that. I'll bring my Cat on the Dovrefell folder over here, and we can open that up, take a look inside. And here's the Cat on the Dovrefell test that we were just working on. And you can see how it's going to look one page at a time. You notice the pages moving back and forth, left, right, all the way down through the thing. So you can kind of get an idea now of what it's going to look like. Now the other thing that I was telling you from before that's key to all of this is I'm going to bring back InDesign back up. I'm going to undo W, bring it back into mode. You'll notice right now I have locked links on all of this. This version of InDesign knows where those illustrations are because I just placed it. If I were to shut this down and bring it back up, it might not know where those illustrations are because they are, of course, located in a folder in that file folder outside of the InDesign document. So the best thing would probably be to move that Cat on the Dovrefell INDD file inside of the finished illustrations folder so that they can see one another. And that would mean that then you wouldn't have those little exclamation marks or question marks coming up going, where are these illustrations? Anyway, that's all for now. I thought maybe I should do this and give you guys a little bit better idea of how to add illustrations into your document. In this particular case, I did an antiqued background, and we messed with the copy a little bit so you can see how to do that, how to get rid of hyphenations and things like that. Anyway, all for now. I will see you guys in the next video.